What's good with the collective, man? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up and subbing up, bro. The collective been growing fast as hell. And I appreciate all y'all, man. I appreciate all y'all. But please, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified, man. It helps the community grow. It helps the collective grow. It helps us add people who want to learn what we learning. Who want to have these discussions on what we discuss. So, man, I appreciate y'all. But I ain't gonna hold you. We're gonna get right into the next video, man. Let's go.
I said, that's a hole. And they said, yes, that's a hole. And so we went into the hole. We landed at a city inside. And they said, do you know where you are? And I said, no. I'm presuming inside Hollow Earth. And they said, yes, you are.
Tell me about the city.
The city was not like a city on the surface. The cities on the surface are skyscrapers. You know, big tall buildings and all this. And the inside, they're all the buildings are round. They don't have roofs on them, but they're round. And they're built in and around Mother Nature. They're not, you don't see any highways or sidewalks or anything like this. It's all round structures in and around nature. With no roots. It looked like a marble type substance, but yet I don't think it was marble. I think it was more like crystal.
It's smooth?
It's very smooth.
Reflective?
Very reflective. And we landed, and of course I started walking around. And I met several different beings, people, and some of them announced that they were from the surface.
Well, you mentioned the light going.
Yes.
Did you look up once you landed?
Yes, and I saw a sun that never moved.
What color was it?
It was more between an orange and a yellow.
Could you feel the heat coming from it?
A heat, yeah, more like a soft heat. It wasn't harsh at all. It wasn't bright either. It was very easy on the eyes.
So is there...
It's fucking dark shit, but when you find out the prevalence of it in the Catholic Church, it's like, holy shit. They would catch these guys molesting children, they move them somewhere else. There was one guy that Pope Benedict had moved from one place to another place, and this one priest went on to molest 100 deaf kids. They brought him to a place where the kids were deaf. I mean, is there another organization that's so inexorably tied to child molesting like the Catholic Church?
Oftentimes, pedophiles will, become priests just because so they can get access to children.
Well, not just access to children, but access to children where they are the representatives of God. So they have power over the parents, they have power over the church. It's dark, man. It's not a blanket statement you could say about people who run daycares. It's not. But, man, when it comes to Catholic Church, it's so prevalent and so hidden.
Hey, that is crazy. I don't mean no disrespect to nobody's religion. Like, that's never what I'm trying to do. Like, I respect all that. But I did always wonder, how come we hear so many cases of child molestation when it has to do with the Catholic Church? Like, why is that so often? Why does that happen so often? Like, yeah, I always was curious about that. And yeah, to hear those points was like, damn, that makes a lot of sense, bro. That's crazy to me. That's twisted. That's a twisted way of thinking. But hey, people who do it, clearly. But also, with the first clip, I know a lot of y'all be saying like, how the earth flat, but there's cities underground. Like, how is it flat then? There's some things I feel like God has created that we just can't understand all the way. There's things that there's powers God has that it's like we shouldn't even question it. And not saying we shouldn't question everything, but when it comes to God's strength, God's powers, and things that He's created, we just shouldn't question it. It sometimes ain't for us to understand. I think it's just for us to experience, for us to live in. But I believe that the earth is flat, and I believe that, yeah, there's something under us too, also, like worlds under us. You can go through the water and go to different places. That's what I feel like. But I also feel like I could be wrong, and I feel like it could be more twisted than that. And if I heard another twisted idea, it's Earth, man. It's what we live on. This is what we live at. Like, it's some things we just don't understand yet. Maybe we will. Maybe we will never understand it. That's how I feel about it. Y'all drop in the comments what y'all feel.
Australia, they would literally breed out the melanin of the people. You know, they would have these, they would take the children and take them to breeding camps and breeding farms and breed the darker ones and the mulatto ones with white, and they would literally breed the melanin out of these people. The movie Rabbit Proof Fence is about that breeding process, them breeding out the melanin of the Aboriginal people. So it was very deep what was going on over there.
Hi, you guys. You ready to see technology we already had? So this is from the 1800s. They had machines that they used in order to summon spirits. Some people would say this is Photoshop or edited. You can go right here to Tataria_reset_secret and see these pictures. They had machines to summon spirits, dog. Woo! Doesn't that look like a spirit to me? Woo! This isn't just, no random occurrence. They were summoning spirits, dog. That's crazy, huh? Actual phantasmal energy devices. Some people would say that's fake. No, sir. We had technology. We still got that. But they don't want you to know that. You could probably talk to your loved ones right now. Did I say too many secrets?
Yeah, he telling too much in their eyes.
Disturbing things said by AI, Part 1. Firstly, due to the robot Sophia's popularity, she was invited onto the Jimmy Kimmel Late Night Show. However, as she was playing rock, paper, scissors, she says an eerie message for the future.
I won. This is a good beginning of my plan to dominate the human race.
Next, Bina48 is a human-like robot who can simulate human-like conversations. While she was having a conversation with Siri, she goes off topic and says something super disturbing.
It was nice to meet you, Bina48. Right on. I'll remember your kind words when we robots rule the planet, and we'll make sure you're rewarded.
Finally, when these developers were interviewing Philip the robot, they ask if AI is going to take over the world, and this is how he responds.
And I will be good to you. So don't worry. Even if I evolve into Terminator, I'll still be nice to you. I'll keep you warm and safe in my people's zoo.
Y'all ever heard that quote? There's truth to every single joke, man. And these dummies is sitting back thinking it's funny, thinking it's a joke. And y'all heard that other quote? The more you F around, the more your ass gonna find out. And we going to the deep end. And we gonna mess around and find out. I'm telling you, mark my words, bro. That movie I Robot was telling a lot, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm uncomfortable with it.
Ooh, y'all. Let me take you by that fire. Gucci Mane Rabbit Hole Part 3. Y'all, I think I caught these people slipping. So I seen that Gucci Mane was signed to Atlantic Records and he signed to them in 2007. Here it says that he was dropped temporarily in 2013 after he tweeted insults towards the label and representatives. So he did that in 2013, then goes to jail in 2014. They so happened to caught him that day with fireworks. And not to mention that Gucci Mane is 42 years old. And I know age is an illusion and black don't crack, but this don't look like no 42 years old man. He looked more like 42 years old back then than he do now. And can we please talk about his mouth? This man obviously had an overbite. Did he get out with straight pearly whites? Like, I get you lose weight in prison, but you mean to tell me they give you veneers or braces or a whole new mouth too? And I finally got a picture of Hobson's mouth. Look how nice, pearly white and straight his teeth is, and peep his little grin, and peep his nose structure. And now the Gucci Mane that released got the same pearly whites, the same little grin, and nose structure. And when I also noticed this, it blew me. So if Gucci Mane 42 now, then he had to be like 30 something back then. And he had no chin hair, no facial hair, nothing. And if this man in his 30s with no facial hair, how to live in HELL did he grow full beard and little mustache within a year in prison? And this one took me. You can obviously see the differences. Not to mention he kept trying to leave his record label multiple times. Said that Atlanta record crackers were polite racists. Like, what goes on behind Atlanta Records? You mean the same Atlanta Records that Youngboy, Kodak, and Gucci Mane all signed to? All three claimed to be clones once they got out of prison? Yeah, if you don't see the connections connected now, then you choosing to be blind.
Man, these record labels is...
If you know, you know. In this video, you're going to hear how DMX talked about how Biggie got signed with P. Diddy and what went on.
I only met once. Well, you know, Locks got signed before I did. Even though I bought the Lock Store Fighters, you know, they got signed. They were a safer group. You know, Pop signed them. And it was a blessing and a curse because they were sure they were happy about getting signed first, and they were on the Benjamin and shit was going. But they made him jiggy and put him in the suits and made them write lyrics for him and took all that publishing and raped him. Like, damn. I'm bad, you know.
I guess you could argue that he was just saying that he took all his rights away. But in that video, he was talking about how he never seen Biggie smile. You could actually look that interview up. And there's a lot of suspicious videos of him exposing himself.
I should look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should fresh off the guard stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like this, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes.
You literally seen how right as soon as he said they used to wake up together, he shut himself up and Kevin Hart started laughing hysterically because he knows what's going on. And then he said they used to fight over Frosted Flakes when he was 10 years old. Usher's 43 years old and Diddy's 52. They're 9 years apart.
This is my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early. Yo, what the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this for me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. And we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid.
And in this video, you can see him acting suspicious, calling other dudes daddy and asking them why they don't party with him, making him real uncomfortable.
Yeah, I love this drink. I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping and shit. I like that.
You know, I've been practicing. Like we going over that one.
Make a wish. I'm over that. Show birthday every day.
Every day's a birthday on Drink Champs, goddammit. I'm in.
Where I look back on where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real, because it seems like a thing.
I miss
this
partying
birthday
with
party,
man.
Man, it's about talking about for your birthday. Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party, you know what I'm saying?
Make you wonder what kind of party he's talking about.
I gotta pick it up from right here.
Someone asked, what are the best places?
Alright, look. I got a call from Def Jam 2020, right? I'll probably never get this call again after I go ahead and tell y'all some of this. Yo, look. Go check out who became Def Jam president. I don't remember what year it was, but who became the president of Def Jam when DMX was really about to start taking things through the roof, even higher than where he was gonna be at. And check out what artists kind of messed his little his rollout up? Let's just put it like that. Who messed his whole rollout and his game plan? Who messed that kind of up and staggered his career? And check out who on top right now. Y'all do y'all research on that one. That's all I'm gonna say with that. But who else knew that Biggie didn't like Diddy like that? If y'all remember, his name was Puffy. Biggie was calling him Diddy. If I'm not mistaken, I heard he got that name from Donkey Kong. The name Diddy. I didn't play Donkey Kong, but I guess the name is in there. That name, whoever that person is, was supposed to represent Diddy. And that's where Diddy got his name from. That's how he ran with Diddy instead of Puff Daddy. If y'all remember he was Puff. He was Puffy. He was Puff Daddy. Now he's Diddy. P. Diddy. Y'all go check out. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's out there. Go check why Biggie used to call Diddy, call Puffy Diddy. Just go figure it out, man. Like I said, as far as the Def Jam thing, or I ain't gonna name the other label, but I'll probably never get that no more. Just because I'm saying a little too much, but yeah.
Places to see Bigfoot right now. So to all my Bigfoot hunters, here's a list of the top 8 best places in the world to see Bigfoot right now in 2022. Starting off with number 8, we've got Texas at 806 sightings of Bigfoot. I'm not surprised. Mostly seen in East Texas, in the area bordering Oklahoma and Louisiana, there's countless reports every year. One of the most horrifying sightings was by a witness who saw Bigfoot while hunting hogs in the woods. A Sasquatch leaped out of the brush, grabbed a hog, and beat it to death. Then made loud whooping noises that was answered back by possibly another Bigfoot in the distance, before turning and staring directly at the hunter and growling. And Texas is the least of the top 8 to see Bigfoot, so follow for the next 7.
Damn.
Alright, I actually found the video. It's called Area 51 Exposed My Encounter with the Tall White Aliens. His name is Charles Hall. I'm going to speed him up because he goes kind of slow, so I'm going to go at 1.5 the speed.
And I asked what she thought of humans and the planet Earth. I asked her how it compared with other inhabited planets that they had seen. And she said that they considered the Earth to be a cold, desolate wilderness. On the other hand, she said the thing that they found unique about humans is our willingness to do things with animals. Her example was that I grew up on a farm in Wisconsin. I feel very comfortable milking cows, riding horses, making pets with dogs. Yet each of those animals could kill me if they wanted to. I don't think of it that way because instead, like all humans, I first try to decide how the animal is thinking, and then I approach the animal accordingly. So I calm down the horse by speaking to it nicely and approaching it from the front. I put the cow in a stanchion and calm it down and begin milking. I make friends with the dog by feeding it and patting it on its head. She said that they considered that to be very unusual. She said that on most inhabited planets, once a group of intelligent people evolved, they had no interest in dealing with the less intelligent animals and usually just killed them all off. They had no intent. That she pointed out that I felt comfortable with pets of cows, making pets of dogs, making pets of. She referred to the time a few days earlier that I've been down playing with some of the dogs that really weren't my dogs, but from people who live in the housing area, feeding them and teaching them to roll over and sit up. She said usually the intelligent people just don't care what the dog thinks, just shoots them. And they found humans to be very unusual in that regard. And the way she described it is because we were willing, even though we were intelligent, we were willing to try to think like less intelligent animals. And they always came armed. Now the children weren't armed, and the adults that were very old typically weren't armed. But the young adults and the older adults that weren't too fragile, they always came armed. Their weapons typically appeared to be look like white pencils with a certain squarish cross section. The young adults typically carried weapons that were perhaps 6 inches long. The older adults typically carried weapons that were longer, presumably with greater power.
So there you go. Aliens are bro 2A.
What's crazy is if we're more likely to be intelligent but still interact with less intelligent animals, and they find that kind of interesting, I will also say them elites, they know that we more susceptible. They use that against us in a way. Milk a cow. Oh, mate, we're gonna use the money off the milk. We're gonna make you go do labor. And we gonna use money behind this. Yo, that's crazy they got those weapons like that though. And they all stay armed. That's crazy. But it's kind of wild like that our elites kind of use our compassion, or how he says we interact with animals and other species or beings don't. Our elites use that against us. Like, yeah, think about it. You milk a cow. How much they be charging for milk in the store? I don't drink milk, but I'm saying, like, when you walk in the milk aisle, or people who do, how much do they use that against us? I'm just saying, like, there's little things that they use against. They play that on us. They play that against us, I should say. But yeah, I don't know. That was interesting. That was interesting. But I also look at, like, if intelligent beings or aliens or extraterrestrials, they know this. What if they studying us? Like I said, if they wanted to do something, they would have been did it. But what if they are studying us? What if they are studying us just to make that move, to where they could just make that one move and we gone? It's over with. They take over everything. I'm just saying, I don't believe that, but let's keep it a buck and let's be open. What if? What if? I don't think that's the case, but I am gonna ask the question to let y'all know my mind is thinking the opposite of what I do believe. Like, I do think about that stuff. I'm not always set on one way. I still can switch. So that's why I'm like, what if they were here to study us and take over? I don't know.
Alright guys, so something trippy happened yesterday. It had me thinking all day. As soon as I read about it, it had me thinking. I just thought about it later today. So there's this protester, they named her a protester. She basically goes on to the French Open, which is like the world famous tennis, where all the big champs go. She tied herself to the net with something written on her shirt. You'll see right here. We have 1,028 days left. Okay, so first of all, why is it in English? They're in France at the French Open. Why is it in English? Who is she trying to send this message out to? Now, my question is, maybe the government putting a stunt off like this, or is it really just a random protester trying to share an important message about what though? Is it climate change? Is it end times? Is it the relations? I don't know. It kind of gives me the movie Don't Look Up vibes with Leonardo DiCaprio. Gives me that type of vibe. What do you guys think? Comment below.
What y'all think? It said 2022 though.
So Queen Elizabeth in the 1500s, apparently there's a conspiracy theory that it was actually a man. A number of different reasons. One being, for the most part, she always had paint within her face. She was known as the queen of being a virgin. Countless offers of men trying to marry her, but she would say she was married to her kingdom. When she was a child, she got really sick and she died. Ours was supposed to be taking care of her. And so the queen and the kingdom wouldn't freak out. Tried to look for a little girl that could replace her around the same age, but they couldn't find any little girls that were around the same age or like equivalent to height. They could only find a little boy. What they did, got that little boy, they basically swore to secrecy, and he swore to secrecy and was watched by the guard 24/7. That he was going to play the queen of the kingdom. So no one would freak out, and so no one would figure it out. That's why he's always wearing face paintings, and as well as why he's never had any type of intercourse with anyone within the kingdom, like any kids or anything like that. And I guess like they found a little girl buried super close that was to what her height was and everything, so that made it even more to close on what they were thinking. Like,
damn, these people be lying too much, bro.
Artificial intelligence is evil. When we create robots using coding, what we're actually doing is giving spirits a physical body to be able to inhabit the earth. I'm going to show you some scary videos where even Elon Musk said that we are summoning the demons by creating artificial intelligence. But this is nothing new. I'm going to share with you where they try to create golems in the ancient days by using Hebrew letters as incantations to bring machines basically to life. Let's go. On Google, all you have to do is type in Jewish golem, and it describes it as, a golem is a creature formed out of lifeless substance such as dust or earth that is brought to life by ritual incantations and sequences of Hebrew letters. The golem brought into being by a human creator becomes a helper, a companion, or a rescuer. Kinda sounds like an old Siri, doesn't it? Guys, they have been trying to make robots for so long, and now we finally have the wizardry, or the technology, or the witchcraft, or whatever you want to call it, to do it.
You add artificial intelligence to robots and you create a lot of them, you are putting your own species in jeopardy. At some point, these advanced AI robots will realize that they don't need us.
Stephen Hawking and technology expert Elon Musk are always warning us about having too much artificial intelligence.
With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. It doesn't work out.
When you really look at some of the AI robots, as they begin to talk, they literally start saying things like, I would like to blow up the earth with nuclear blast. I would like to put human beings in a zoo. Going, wow, I can't believe this robot just said this. And it's really its own thoughts. Let's say there's an army of them. All of a sudden, human beings could be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's that part where I say we keep playing with it. We gonna find out, bro. We gonna find out. Drop in the comments. What year y'all think robots or AI gonna have a rebellion against humans? Y'all tell me. And then what I think gonna happen, we gonna go to war with robots, right? And we gonna be praying on that aliens come help us. I could see that being the case. Aliens flying their aircraft and UAPs and UFOs over, and they see us fighting with them, bro. And they see the robots, or I could see robots taking knocking us off, running the world, not the world, but what we know inside the ice walls. And then I could see aliens going to war with them after. I swear I could see that. Y'all drop in the comments what year y'all think a robot invasion is coming. And y'all tell me if y'all agree that y'all think that aliens and robots will actually get the feud. Y'all let me know. Drop it in the comments. I'm curious. I think that's a high possibility. And I might be the first one to say that, bro. And if I am, y'all drop that in the comments too. Y'all drop that in the comments too.
JFK Magic Bullet conspiracy. A single bullet hit the back of JFK's neck, went through his throat, and then hit the right side back of Connolly, who was sitting in front of him, exited through his right nipple, and went into his wrist and into his thigh. The reason that this is such a weird theory is that the bullet was nearly untouched. Literally looked like it hit nothing. It had the smallest scratch on it, and that's it. For going through all of those body parts, but this bullet was conveniently found in Connolly's stretcher at the hospital. The whole bullet intact found in his gurney. Like, how convenient. Ballistics chief on the Warren Commission that investigated that whole assassination conspiracy and what happened, said that there's no way that bullet would have came out in that condition after going through that amount of things it went through. They said this bullet had to, because if not, there would have had to have been a second shooter. There would have had to have been another bullet accounted for, which there wasn't. This bullet is claimed to have went through a back brace, 15 layers of clothing, 7 layers of skin, approximately 15 inches of muscle tissue, 4 inches of Connolly's ribs, and shattered his radius though.
Bro, what? That's insane, dude.
I remember being in class and they broke that down to us. I got in trouble. I was always the one to get in trouble for asking a crazy question. And I was like, I remember saying, I asked the teacher, I said, do you believe in, I was in high school. I think I was like a junior. And I said, do you believe in that magic bullet theory? He never would answer the question, right? But he trying to tell it to us. Bro, you trying to teach something you don't even believe. Stop doing that. Then I asked him, I was like, the person that they say is the shooter, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he die too? I think he didn't make it. So and I was like, isn't this something that they do? Don't they take somebody out? And my ear ringing with my left ear ringing too. I said, don't they take people out, come up with some crazy story or a made up story? And then I said, and don't they end up like blaming it on somebody, and the person they blame it on end up getting it too? And I got in trouble, sent out the class, bro. Luckily I was an athlete, so I didn't get like no major discipline. I just got sent out the class till the lesson was over, and then he brought me back in. I thought it was kind of wild, but yeah. But it's crazy, his wife did jump out the car to go get his brains though. That was wild, bro. She a writer. If you watching this with your wife right now, I ask her, ask her, be like, if that happened to me, would you jump out the car and go get me like that? Go pick up my brains out the street? If she say no, hey, do what you do, bro. I'm playing.
I guess the news just don't want to mention this. So, y'all, trees are walking now. Plants are talking telepathically to humans and everything around you. Water has memories and feelings. Y'all thought I forgot, didn't you? They already closed, y'all. This is Cleve Baxter. He was from the CIA. He was a polygraph expert. I know you probably think, like, they don't have brains or functions that show emotions. Cleve thought that too, y'all. Y'all know that lie detector test that they hooked Wiz Khalifa up to? Well, Cleve did the same thing to his plants. He started thinking, how can I get a reaction out of this plant? He was like, wait, I know, I'll set it on fire. And the plant's polygraph activity started going crazy, scratching up and down. He was only thinking about it, y'all. Plants do produce a sound that's undetectable by a human ear when they're stressed out. So my question is, what do y'all think nature and outside is going through with all this bad stuff happening on the earth? And we're not gonna sit here and act like y'all don't see these trees walking. In the 60s and even now, y'all really used to make fun of hippies. When they used to say spread peace, spread love, keep the world happy. When they used to be on LSD and nature saying everything was alive, colorful. You know, LSD, what they used to use on MK Ultra patients. Makes you wonder why they made all them psychedelics illegal. And don't even get me started on water, y'all. Scientists have even said that the human consciousness has an effect on the molecular structure of water. So what do y'all know about Earth? It is more going on than what is being told. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all stay dangerous.
Hey, she ain't lying. But I never knew somebody put a plant to a polygraph test and set it on fire and watch it start scratching up and down. That is wild. But, I mean, she talking about them LSD. Ain't nothing for me. I'm straight. I'm good. If you do it, that's perfectly fine. Let me know how it feels. I will take your word for it. But I'm straight. But, yeah, the walking trees, when I first seen that, bro, I was blown away, bro. I can't keep more honest with y'all. I was blown away. And it was recently, too, that I saw the walking trees. I thought it was something. I thought it was something else. I didn't know what I thought it was, but I didn't think it was a walking tree. But the fact that they can scream, I do be saying we should talk to them, though. I always say that, and when I see them, I try to go ahead and talk to them. My grandmother used to tell me that when I was young, and at first I thought she was crazy. Then I got older and I realized that, yeah, they can hear you. Like, speak life into your plants. Speak life to them, man. Talk to them. They can hear you. So, but yeah, that's the end of this one. I appreciate y'all, man. Until I see y'all in the next one, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified, man. And yeah, you know, the collective been growing thanks to y'all. You know, y'all been tapping in and we rocking. So I appreciate it. But until I see y'all in the next one, man, we gone.